The secret to winning in life. Listen, I'm not here to sugarcoat this for you. Winning in life, it's not for everybody. It's for the ones who are willing to put in the work when nobody's watching, when it's ugly, when it's uncomfortable. Too many people want the glory, but aren't willing to fight the battle. You can't cheat the grind, and you can't fake the results. You want to know the secret to winning? Lean in, because I'm about to give it to you. It's not talent. It's not luck. It's obsession. It's waking up every day and chasing something so hard that quitting isn't even an option. It's not about being the smartest or the strongest. It's about being the most relentless. Let me break it down for you. 1, stop making excuses. Some of you are experts at making excuses. I don't have the time. I don't have the resources. I don't have the connections. Guess what? Nobody cares. The world isn't handing out participation trophies for effort. You've got to take what's yours. Winning isn't something you find, it's something you create. Stop waiting for perfect conditions. Start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can. You think successful people have it easy? No. They've just decided that their dreams are bigger than their excuses. Excuses are the chains that hold you back from becoming everything you're capable of. Too often, people get stuck in the habit of rationalizing their failures or their lack of progress by blaming circumstances, other people, or anything other than themselves. It's easy to say, I don't have the time, I don't have the resources, or I'm just not lucky enough, but none of those excuses will move you forward. They won't help you achieve your goals or push you towards success. In fact, they'll do the opposite. They'll keep you stagnant, stuck in a cycle of mediocrity, while others who refuse to make excuses climb higher and higher. Taking ownership of your life is about recognizing that everything you do or don't do is your responsibility. It's about accepting that where you are right now is the result of the choices you've made up until this point. Yes, there might be factors outside your control, but what you can control is how you respond to them. That's where the power lies in your response. I think about it, every time you make an excuse, you're giving away your power. You're saying, this thing is stronger than me. It's in control of my life. But when you take ownership, you take that power back. You acknowledge that you have the ability to make changes, to pivot, to adjust your strategy, and to keep moving forward no matter what stands in your way. Excuses might feel like a protective shield in the moment, but in reality, they're just barriers to your own success. If you want to achieve something great, the first step is to stop waiting for the perfect conditions. Perfection doesn't exist, and life will never hand you an ideal situation where everything falls into place effortlessly. The people who succeed are the ones who figure it out as they go. They start with what they have, where they are, and they make the best of it. They don't sit around hoping for someone to give them an opportunity. They create their own. It's easy to point fingers and say, I can't succeed because of my upbringing, or I don't have the money to pursue my goals, but think about all the people who started with less than you and still made it happen. There are countless stories of individuals who overcame extreme adversity to achieve incredible success. The difference between them and everyone else is that they didn't let excuses dictate their lives. They refused to accept no as an answer. Taking ownership also means being brutally honest with yourself. You have to face the uncomfortable truths about why you haven't achieved what you want yet. Maybe you haven't been putting in enough effort. Maybe you've been procrastinating or prioritizing the wrong things. It's not easy to admit these things to yourself, but it's necessary. You can't fix a problem if you're not willing to acknowledge that it exists. It's not about beating yourself up or feeling guilty. It's about taking an honest inventory of your actions and decisions. When you stop making excuses, you start seeing where you've been falling short, and that's when you can begin to make real changes. Ownership is empowering because it puts the ball back in your court. It reminds you that you're not a victim of your circumstances, you're the architect of your future. The moment you stop making excuses, you also stop waiting for external validation or approval. You realize that you don't need someone else to give you permission to chase your dreams. You give yourself that permission. You start taking action, even if it's small steps at first. Progress, no matter how small, builds momentum. And momentum is what leads to transformation. Excuses often stem from fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of stepping outside your comfort zone. But fear is just a feeling, and feelings don't have to control you. When you take ownership, you face those fears head on and push through them. You realize that failure is not the end, it's part of the process. Every setback is a lesson, every mistake is an opportunity to grow, and every obstacle is a chance to prove to yourself just how capable you are. When you stop making excuses, you also stop comparing yourself to others. It's easy to look at someone else's success and think they had it easier than me, or they're just more talented, but comparison is another form of excuse making. It shifts the focus away from what you can do and puts it on what someone else has done. The only person you need to compare yourself to is the person you were yesterday. Focus on your journey, your progress, and your potential. Taking ownership isn't always easy, especially when life throws curveballs your way. There will be times when it feels like everything is against you, and it will be so much easier to blame external factors. But the truth is, those moments are when ownership matters most. When you refuse to make excuses, you build resilience. You learn to adapt, to think creatively, and to find solutions instead of dwelling on problems. Ultimately, taking ownership means understanding that success isn't about what happens to you, it's about what you do with what happens to you. It's about turning challenges into opportunities and setbacks into stepping stones. It's about showing up every day with the mindset that you have the power to create the life you want, no matter what. Your mindset is the foundation of everything you do. If your thoughts are scattered, negative, or filled with self-doubt, it doesn't matter how much talent or potential you have, you'll always find a way to sabotage your progress. The truth is, the way you think determines the way you act, and the way you act determines the results you get. That's why mastering your mindset is the key to unlocking your full potential. It's not just about thinking positively, it's about building mental strength, focus, and discipline so that you can stay on course no matter what life throws at you. One of the biggest barriers to success is the belief that circumstances define your future. People tell themselves that they can't succeed because of where they come from, the challenges they faced, or the mistakes they've made. But the reality is that it's not the external circumstances that hold you back, it's how you interpret and respond to them. A strong mindset allows you to see setbacks as opportunities, failures as lessons, and challenges as stepping stones. It's about training your mind to look for solutions instead of focusing on problems. Self-doubt is one of the most destructive forces when it comes to achieving success. It creeps in when things don't go as planned or when you compare yourself to others. You start questioning your abilities, your worth, and whether you're even capable of reaching your goals. But here's the thing, self-doubt is a liar. It's not based on truth, it's based on fear. When you let it control you, it paralyzes you and keeps you from taking the actions necessary to move forward. Mastering your mindset means learning to recognize those negative thoughts and shutting them down before they take root. Confidence isn't something you're born with, it's something you build. It's the result of keeping promises to yourself, pushing through discomfort, and proving to yourself that you can handle whatever comes your way. Every time you face a fear, take a risk, or achieve a small victory, you're reinforcing your belief in yourself. That belief is what keeps you going when things get tough. It's what separates the people who give up at the first sign of difficulty from the ones who persevere until they reach the finish line. One of the most powerful tools for mastering your mindset is visualization. When you see yourself succeeding, when you imagine how it feels to achieve your goals, you're programming your brain to believe it's possible. This isn't just wishful thinking, it's science. Your brain doesn't differentiate between vividly imagined experiences and real ones. When you visualize success, you're creating a mental roadmap that guides your actions and decisions. You're training your mind to focus on what you want instead of what you fear. Another critical part of mastering your mindset is understanding the power of your words. The things you say to yourself and about yourself shape your reality. If you're constantly telling yourself, I can't do this, or I'm not good enough, those words become your truth. But when you choose to speak life over yourself, when you say, I can handle this, or I'm capable of achieving great things, you start to shift your perspective. Words have power, and the conversations you have with yourself matter more than you realize. Discipline is another cornerstone of a strong mindset. There will be days when you don't feel like doing what needs to be done. Your emotions will tell you to stay in bed, to take it easy, or to quit altogether. But mastering your mindset means learning to act in spite of your feelings. It means showing up consistently, even when motivation is nowhere to be found. Motivation might get you started, but discipline is what keeps you going. It's what separates the dreamers from the doers. To master your mindset, you also need to protect it. Your mind is like a garden, and if you're not careful, weeds will start to grow. Negativity, doubt, and distractions can take root if you're not intentional about what you allow into your mind. This means being selective about the people you spend time with, the content you consume, and the environments you put yourself in. Surround yourself with positivity, inspiration, and people who challenge you to be better. Cut out anything that doesn't support your growth. Focus is another critical element of a strong mindset. In today's world, distractions are everywhere. Social media notifications and constant demands for your attention can pull you in 1,000 different directions. But if you want to succeed, you have to learn how to focus. This means prioritizing what's truly important and eliminating anything that doesn't align with your goals. It's about saying no to the things that don't matter so you can say yes to the things that do. Your mindset is also deeply connected to your habits. The things you do on a daily basis are a reflection of your beliefs and priorities. If you want to change your life, you have to start by changing your habits. This means creating routines that support your growth, whether that's exercising, reading, journaling, or setting aside time for personal development. Small, consistent actions compound over time, and they're what ultimately lead to big results. Finally, mastering your mindset requires patience. Growth doesn't happen overnight, and success is rarely a straight path. There will be setbacks, detours, and moments of doubt along the way. But when you have a strong mindset, you understand that these challenges are part of the process. You keep moving forward, even when progress feels slow or invisible. You trust that every step, no matter how small, is bringing you closer to your goals. Effort will always outshine talent when talent refuses to work hard. It doesn't matter how naturally gifted someone is. If they aren't willing to put in the grind, someone else with less talent but more determination will surpass them every time. Hard work is the great equalizer, the thing that levels the playing field. No one can control how much talent they are born with, but everyone has the ability to choose how hard they're willing to work. This is why the willingness to outwork everyone else is one of the most critical ingredients to success. The problem is that most people stop when things get hard. They stop when they're tired, when they're frustrated, or when progress isn't happening as quickly as they'd hope. But the ones who succeed are the ones who keep going. They understand that effort is the currency of greatness. It's what buys you the results you're after. Talent might give you a head start, but effort is what keeps you in the race. Outworking everyone doesn't mean working mindlessly or burning yourself out. It means being intentional with your time, energy, and focus. It's about showing up every day and giving your best, even when you don't feel like it. It's about doing the things others aren't willing to do. While others are sleeping in, you're up early getting to work. While others are taking shortcuts, you're putting in the extra hours to master your craft. It's not glamorous, and it's not easy, but it's what separates the average from the exceptional. Effort is what pushes you to keep learning, to keep growing, and to keep improving. It's not just about doing more work, it's about doing the right work. It's about honing your skills, studying your field, and constantly looking for ways to get better. Hard work without direction can lead to exhaustion, but hard work with a purpose is unstoppable. It's about being so committed to your goals that you're willing to sacrifice comfort, leisure, and temporary pleasure for the sake of long-term success. There will always be people who are naturally more talented than you. That's a fact of life. But talent alone isn't enough. Talent without effort is wasted potential. It's the person who shows up day after day, putting in the reps, who ultimately achieves greatness. They don't wait for inspiration or motivation to strike. They get to work regardless of how they feel. They understand that consistency beats intensity every time. You can't just work hard once and expect results. It's about showing up day after day, week after week, year after year, and until the results speak for themselves. When you commit to outworking everyone else, you develop a resilience that sets you apart. You learn to push through discomfort, to embrace challenges, and to thrive under pressure. You realize that the hard times are what build character and strength. Every obstacle becomes an opportunity to prove to yourself that you're willing to do what it takes. You stop fearing failure because you understand that failure is just part of the process. It's not the end, it's a stepping stone to success. Hard work also builds confidence. The more effort you put in, the more you trust yourself to handle whatever comes your way. You know that you've done the preparation, that you've put in the time, and that you're ready for the challenges ahead. Confidence doesn't come from talent. It comes from knowing you've done the work. It's the result of hours, days, and years of effort. It's knowing that you've outworked your competition, that you've left nothing on the table, and that you're ready to seize every opportunity. Effort is what creates opportunities. The harder you work, the more doors will open for you. It's not luck that leads to success. It's preparation meeting opportunity. When you're constantly working to prove, to learn, and to grow, you position yourself to take advantage of every chance that comes your way. People notice hard work. They notice consistency, dedication, and persistence. And those qualities attract opportunities. The truth is, most people aren't willing to put in the effort required to achieve greatness. They want the rewards, but not the sacrifice. They want the results, but not the process. This is why outworking everyone else is such a powerful strategy. When you're willing to do what others won't, you automatically set yourself apart. You become the person who stands out, the one who's willing to go the extra mile, the one who refuses to settle for anything less than their best. There's no shortcut to success, no magic formula that will take the place of hard work. Talent might get you noticed, but it's effort that keeps you in the game. It's the hours you spend practicing, studying, and perfecting your craft that lead to mastery. It's the nights you spend working when everyone else is relaxing that set you up for success. Outworking everyone else isn't just about what you do. It's about how you think. It's a mindset, a way of approaching life that says, I will not be outdone. I will not be outworked. I will give everything I have every single day. It's about setting a standard for yourself and refusing to accept anything less. It's about understanding that the only person you're really competing against is yourself. It's about waking up every day with the determination to be better than you were yesterday. When you commit to outworking everyone else, you stop making excuses. You stop waiting for the perfect conditions for someone else to give you permission or for the stars to align. You take ownership of your journey and put in the work to create the life you want. You understand that success isn't handed out, it's earned. And the currency for that success is effort. Comfort is the enemy of growth. When you stay in your comfort zone, you stay in a place where nothing changes. It's safe, predictable, and familiar, but it's also the place where dreams go to die. Growth doesn't happen when you're comfortable. It happens when you push yourself to do things that scare you, that challenge you, that make you feel like you're on the edge of what you can handle. Getting comfortable being uncomfortable isn't just a cliche, it's a necessity if you want to achieve anything meaningful in life. The truth is, the discomfort you avoid is often the very thing standing between you and the life you want. The reason most people never reach their full potential is that they let the fear of discomfort hold them back. They avoid taking risks, trying new things, or putting themselves in situations where they might fail. But discomfort is where the magic happens. It's in those moments of uncertainty and struggle that you discover what you're truly capable of. When you embrace discomfort, you stop running from the hard things and start running toward them. You understand that growth comes from stretching yourself, from stepping into the unknown, and from facing challenges head on. It's not supposed to be easy. If it were, everyone would do it. The fact that it's hard is what makes it worth doing. It's what sets you apart from the people who settle for mediocrity. The uncomfortable moments are where you build resilience. They're where you develop the mental and emotional toughness that will carry you through life's inevitable ups and downs. Every time you push through discomfort, you're training yourself to handle adversity. You're proving to yourself that you're stronger than your fears, stronger than your doubts, and stronger than the obstacles in your path. Discomfort is also where you learn the most about yourself. It forces you to confront your weaknesses, your insecurities, and your limitations. But it also shows you your strengths, your determination, and your ability to overcome. It's in the moments when you feel like giving up that you discover how much fight you really have in you. You learn that you're capable of far more than you ever imagined, but you can only find that out by stepping outside of your comfort zone. The people who achieve greatness are the ones who seek out discomfort. They're the ones who are willing to do the hard, unglamorous work that nobody else wants to do. They don't shy away from the struggle, they embrace it. They understand that the path to success is paved with challenges, setbacks, and failures, and they're okay with that. They know that every obstacle they overcome makes them stronger and more prepared for the next one. One of the biggest barriers to embracing discomfort is the fear of failure. Nobody likes to fail. It's embarrassing, it's discouraging, and it can make you question whether you're on the right path. But failure is a necessary part of growth. It's how you learn, how you improve, and how you get better. If you're not failing, you're not pushing yourself hard enough. You're playing it safe, staying in your comfort zone, and avoiding the very experiences that will help you grow. Getting comfortable being uncomfortable also means learning to deal with uncertainty. Life is unpredictable, and success is never guaranteed. But if you wait for everything to be perfect before you take action, you'll be waiting forever. You have to be willing to take risks, to make decisions without knowing exactly how they'll turn out, and to trust that you'll figure it out along the way. The discomfort is also where innovation happens. When you challenge yourself to think differently, to try new approaches, and to step outside the way things have always been done, you open yourself up to new possibilities. The greatest breakthroughs often come from moments of discomfort, from pushing past the status quo and daring to do something that hasn't been done before. It's not just about physical discomfort, though that's a part of it. It's also about emotional and mental discomfort. It's about having difficult conversations, admitting when you're wrong, and asking for help when you need it. It's about putting yourself out there, even when you're scared of being judged or rejected. These moments might feel uncomfortable in the moment, but they're the ones that lead to real growth and transformation. Embracing discomfort is a choice. It's a mindset. It's deciding that you're not going to let fear or uncertainty hold you back. It's choosing to see challenges as opportunities instead of obstacles. It's understanding that every time you start your comfort zone, you're taking one step closer to becoming the person you're meant to be. The more you practice being uncomfortable, the easier it gets. It becomes a habit, a way of life. You start to crave challenges instead of avoiding them. You start to see discomfort as a sign that you're on the right track, that you're pushing yourself in the right direction. You realize that the things that once seemed impossible are now within your reach, all because you were willing to get uncomfortable. Comfort might feel good in the moment, but it doesn't lead to progress. It doesn't help you grow, and it doesn't get you closer to your goals. Discomfort, on the other hand, is the price you pay for greatness. It's the path to becoming stronger, smarter, and more resilient.
Hunger is what separates those who achieve extraordinary things from those who settle for average. It's the internal drive, the fire in your soul that pushes you to keep going, no matter how hard things get. Hunger is what wakes you up early, keeps you up late, and keeps you grinding when others have already quit. It's not just about wanting success, it's about needing it. It's about being so driven by your purpose that stopping is not an option, that quitting feels impossible. When you stay hungry, you never get complacent. Complacency is what kills dreams. The moment you think you've made it, the moment you let yourself get comfortable, you stop growing. Hunger doesn't let you rest on your laurels. It keeps you looking for the next challenge, the next goal, the next level to conquer. It's what keeps you from settling for good enough, because you know that greatness is always within reach if you're willing to work for it. Hunger isn't just about achieving material success. It's about fulfilling your potential. It's about knowing deep down that you were made for more, that you have something inside you that the world needs. Hunger drives you to tap into that potential, to push past your limits, and to become the person you were meant to be. It's about leaving a legacy, making an impact, and creating something that lasts beyond your lifetime. The thing about hunger is that it's not something someone else can give you. It has to come from within. You can't borrow someone else's drive or motivation. You have to find it for yourself. It starts with understanding your why. Why do you want to succeed? What's driving you? What's the deeper purpose behind your goals? When your why is strong enough, your hunger becomes unstoppable. It becomes the fuel that keeps you going, no matter how hard the journey gets. Hunger isn't a feeling, it's a mindset. It's a decision you make every single day to keep striving, to keep pushing, to keep fighting for what you want. It's about refusing to settle for less than you're capable of. It's about looking at your life and deciding that you're not going to waste the opportunities you've been given. Hunger is about accountability. It's about looking in the mirror and saying, if I don't make this happen, no one else will. When you stay hungry, you're not afraid of hard work. You're willing to put in the hours, to make sacrifices, and to do whatever it takes to reach your goals. You're not looking for shortcuts or easy wins because you know that real success requires real effort. Hunger keeps you disciplined. It keeps you focused. It keeps you locked in on what matters most, even when distractions and temptations try to pull you away. Hunger also makes you resourceful. When you're driven by a purpose bigger than yourself, you find a way to make things happen, even when the odds are against you. You stop waiting for opportunities to come to you and start creating them yourself. Hunger forces you to think outside the box, to take risks, and to embrace the unknown. It gives you the courage to step into situations that might scare you because you know that staying where you are is not an option. The people who are truly hungry are the ones who keep going when others stop. They don't give up when they face setbacks or failures because they know those moments are just part of the process. Hunger gives you resilience. It gives you the ability to bounce back stronger every time life knocks you down. It's the voice inside you that says, keep going, you've got this, don't stop now. Hunger also requires humility. It's about recognizing that no matter how much you achieve, there's always more to learn, more to do, and more ways to grow. Hunger keeps you coachable. It keeps you open to feedback and willing to improve. It reminds you that success is a journey, not a destination, and that the moment you stop learning is the moment you stop growing. Staying hungry means being willing to do what others won't. It means staying up later, waking up earlier, and putting in more effort than anyone else. It means being relentless in the pursuit of your goals, even when it feels like nothing is working. Hunger is what keeps you showing up, day after day, week after week, year after year. It's what separates the people who talk about their dreams from the ones who actually achieve them. Hunger is contagious. When you're truly driven, the people around you can feel it. Your passion, your energy, and your commitment inspire others to raise their own standards. Hunger isn't just about what you achieve for yourself, it's about the impact you have on the people around you. It's about lifting others up, challenging them to be better, and showing them what's possible when you're fully committed to your purpose. When you're driven by hunger, you don't let excuses hold you back. You don't let fear stop you. You don't let obstacles slow you down. Hunger gives you the determination to keep going, no matter what. It's the force that pushes you through the toughest days and the darkest nights. Hunger is the reason you keep fighting, even when the odds are stacked against you.